What's up everyone? On today's video, we are going over the top 3 pros and cons about living in Rumson, New Jersey. We're going to cover a couple different topics like the school district, cost of living, and a few others. But before we get started, if it's your first time to the channel, my name is Steve McCutcheon, and I'm a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway. On the Live in Central New Jersey channel, we cover everything related to the Central Jersey real estate market. So if you want to be the first one to know what's going on in either Monmouth or Ocean County real estate, feel free to click the bell, hit the subscribe button, but let's get this video started. The very first pro about living in Rumson is going to be the location. As you can see, Rumson is going to be located in the northeastern part of Monmouth County, and it borders a couple different towns like Fairhaven, Seabright, Middletown, just to name a few. And it's also going to be made up of about roughly 7 square miles, which ranks 16th out of 53 municipalities in terms of size for Monmouth County. It also ranks 41st in density, which means you're not going to be on top of your neighbor when you're living in Rumson. The great part about living in Rumson is also going to be the fact that you have access to the beach. Using Seabright, they're going to have both public and private beaches. The private beaches, I don't know the prices on them. Some of them can have pretty long wait lists from what I've been told, and can get a little bit pricey. On the other hand too, they do have the public beaches over there. For a daily pass for the public beach, you're looking at about $8, whereas a seasonal pass for the year is going to be about $100. And although there's not many major roadways that run through Rumson, you have a couple different options if you're looking to commute into New York City for work. The first one, we just drive on yourself. You just head out west to the Garden State Parkway and take that up north. That's going to run you about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 minutes, give or take that way that day, just depending on the traffic. The other 3 options you have are going to be either taking the bus, the train, or the ferry. If you want to take the train or the bus, they're both going to be located over in Red Bank, and they can bring you into New York City from there. The train will take you into Penn Station, while the bus will take you into Port Authority. Those are also, crazy enough, going to be about an hour and a half or so. Now, the fastest option, at least in my opinion, is going to be driving over either to the Highlands or Atlantic Highlands and taking the Seastreak Ferry into New York City. If you have to get to Wall Street, for instance, you're looking at about a 45-minute ride over there, maybe 50 minutes at the most. And from Rumson to get into either one of those, you're talking maybe a 10-15-minute drive too. So overall, probably going to be your easiest bet about taking the ferry. It's also going to be the most pricey though out of all the options. Pro number 2 is going to be the school system and education. According to niche.com, the Rumson School District is going to be rated an A, houses about 900 students, and has a 12-to-1 student-teacher ratio. This is just going to account for K through 8, so there's going to be 1 elementary and 1 middle school. When your child heads over to high school, they're going to attend Rumson Fairhaven Regional High School. This is going to house about 875 students, rated an A+, according to niche.com, and has a 10-to-1 student-teacher ratio. It's also going to be the 6th best high school in Monmouth County, or public high school in Monmouth County. If you're going to move more of private options, you're in luck because Rumson is going to be surrounded by the top 4 private high schools that we have here in Monmouth County. That's going to be the Rainey School, CBA, St. John Vianney's, and Red Bank Catholic. All 3 out of 4 of those are going to be co-ed, which the only one not being is going to be an all-boys school in Christian Brothers Academy. Pro number 3 is going to be the Netflix studios. Now, for anyone that's unaware, Netflix put in a bid on the old Fort Monmouth complex. It was a military base. They won it for about $55 million in 2021. They haven't broken ground just yet, but the plan is to build a bunch of studios over here in order to film and produce different movies and TV shows, whatever the case is, whatever their plans are for the future. Now, with that being said, they're going to create about 1,400 studio jobs. At least that's what's being projected. And on my end, we are a real estate channel. The way I see it is, I don't think we have even 1,400 listings in Monmouth County alone, let alone maybe some other towns that are going to be nearby. Or some other counties nearby. So how's this going to work out? Pretty much, we're going to have a little bit of an influx of jobs. Again, not all 1,400 are going to be here all at once, but we're going to see an influx of people coming to the area. Maybe it's even some movie stars getting second houses. Whatever the case is, we're going to see more inventory getting eaten up, which means appreciation for the houses. Now, obviously, all those people aren't going to be able to afford maybe Rumson prices. We'll get to that in a little bit. But they're going to have to move to the surrounding area. So you'll see towns like Middletown has some other cheaper homes over there too. So maybe on the outskirts, they'll go to Matawan, Aberdeen, Eatontown, Shrewsbury, whatever the case is, the surrounding areas, they're also going to see an appreciation rise. And we've seen quite a bit of that over the last 4 years, but this will just be another push to make that happen. Before we head on over to the cons, if you're enjoying the video, please smash the like button down below. Our goal for the rest of 2024 and into 2025 is just help as many people and our clients as possible buy or sell real estate in the Monmouth and Ocean County area. We get calls, texts, emails from people just like you all the time, so don't be shy. Feel free to reach out and let's just get a game plan going. But with that being said, let's get back to the content you came here for. Con number 1 is going to be the high cost of living. Unfortunately, living in Rumson and the exclusiveness of it comes with a high cost and a high barrier to entry. Just speaking on the real estate side of things, the highest or the median home sales price was going to be 2.3 million. That's in 2024 so far. The lowest sales price that we've had this year is going to be $725,000, and the highest one was 6.6 million. So the median is 2.3, but I can tell you, for instance, the 6.6 isn't even the highest we've seen in the recent years. So it does go, even larger than that. The property taxes are also no slouch on the $6.6 million sale. they were about $51,000, which is astronomical. That's going to be some people's salary for the year. So just to kind of put in perspective, obviously not everyone is going to be able to afford living in Rumson, and that's where the exclusiveness comes into it. You add in other cost of living items, and then maybe the private beaches, and you can see there's a high cost and barrier to entry. Con number 2 is going to be the limited nightlife and entertainment options in Rumson. So if you're living in Rumson, you want to go out inside of Rumson itself, you're going to have Barnacle Bills, and that's a great spot. It has good music or live music, you're on the water, great food, but it's also your hometown bar. You can only go there so many times, I guess, without getting bored or just wanting to go experience something else. And when it comes to living in Rumson, there's not really a whole ton in that aspect. So what you have to do is go outside of Rumson a little bit, and you don't have to go far. I'm not saying this is a mile, an hour trip or anything like that. You can go head over to a couple towns down, go to Red Bank. They have a really great downtown, vibrant nightlife from different nightclubs, bars, great restaurants with other different styles of food. They have street fairs throughout the year, comedy shows, and a couple other things. Go another town over from there. You have Homedale, PNC Bank Arts Center. That's a live concert venue, maybe 15,000, 20,000 seats in there. You also are connected to Seabright. They have a beach, public and private, and any other beach along the whole Jersey Shore. So there's plenty of things to do outside of Rumson, but just inside there, not saying you're in a bubble or anything like that, but it's a quieter area, a lot more privacy, and just not as much nightlife in general. Con number 3 is going to be limited public transportation. Now, obviously I've already mentioned quite a few ways that you can get to New York City, and those are all true. You can take the bus, the train, or the ferry. But as I mentioned, they're also all outside of Rumson. The ferry is going to be in the Highlands, Atlantic Highlands area. The bus and train are going to be over in Red Bank. So you don't have anything that runs through Rumson to be able to get you from one place to the next. On top of that too, you're going to have to rely highly on a personal vehicle throughout Monmouth County in general. Even our train system only takes you from maybe Red Bank to Middletown to then Matawan, Aberdeen, somewhere in that range. If once you get off, you're also going to have to probably Uber or Lyft somewhere else on top of that. So you're going to be paying a lot more for public transportation here in New Jersey rather than if you just had your own vehicle. So I would just build that into your budget when you're looking for a place. And also what that does is have more personal vehicles on the road, a little bit more higher traffic congestion, especially due to certain times of the year or just the rush hour time from when you're a morning commute and your afternoon commute. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end of the video, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you're looking to move to the Rumson area, feel free to reach out. All my contact information is down low in the comments and description. Whether you're 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, even year out, it doesn't matter to me. Let's just get you on the right path towards your real estate goals. And if you want to move to a different part of the Central Jersey area, check out the 2 videos popping up and hopefully they'll help you out a little bit too. Have a great day.